Number 8, the moment we've all been waiting for. Texas Longhorns. Arch Manning did not look good against UTEP, and the Texas offense even got booed at one point in DKR. Now, what is your level of concern with Arch Manning and the Texas offense just 2 weeks away from Florida coming into town after Sam Houston this weekend?
So if I'm the Texas guy in my college football group chat, if that were me, I am making the proper moves within that group chat to give myself as soft a landing as possible to where if Arch Manning does go to the swamp and looks how he's looked so far this season against very quietly now one of the better defenses in college football in Florida, I'm making some moves in that group chat to, again, kind of soften the blow of what's inevitably coming. Because if you're that Texas guy in the group chat, I'm sure you've been saying stuff like, hey, man, Quinn's gone. We got Arch Manning now. We got a real quarterback now who's going to make throws downfield, and he's going to do stuff with his legs. His last name is Manning. And now all of those chickens coming home to roost, Cato. So I'm starting to say things like, hey, Arch Manning didn't look great today. I'm starting to beat people to the punch so I don't just get trolled the entirety of this upcoming Saturday or 2 Saturdays from now, I guess, when you play Florida. That would be my move. I'm still holding this thing with open hands. Concern level is growing. I don't know if I'm defined as concerned just yet, but concern level is growing. I did not have this on the bingo card of him just not looking QB1-ish against these teams that are pretty lackluster in the UTEP and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think that my concern level is very high. And I think it's high because it's funny because we had a similar conversation around DJ Lagway this offseason about him being hurt and missing out on practice reps, that other quarterbacks in the SEC are now getting better than him in the offseason. Well, in the season, we're seeing that now with Arch Manning. It is hard. Is it concerning? Yes. It's more concerning. This fly is going to get You're battling through this thing, dude. A tag on social media. But I think when you look at Marcel Reed going toe-to-toe in South Bend with a Notre Dame team and playing to his absolute ceiling, Gunnar Stockton, Joey Aguilar, Ty Simpson look excellent this week. The Arch stuff is concerning. It's even more concerning because it looks like other teams, this is a plus for them. And it's looking like a minus for Texas. And this is the most important position. So Sark, potential best coaching job ever on the line if Arch just continues to play like this and he can find ways to manufacture the offense and their defense can help them win. But I think the most concerning thing maybe about Arch Manning is everyone else, all of his peers in the conference are getting better while he's staying the same and just not looking good, not making the simple reads, the simple throws against teams that they should be beating the brakes off. I think the worry is very, very high, no matter how much better he gets in the next week, because everyone else around him is seemingly getting better.
And the concern for me, Cato, to go in line with what you just said, our take on this with having Texas as one of the top teams in college football going into the season was, well, if Arch can just be mid, Texas around him is good. Arch is not just mid right now. Arch is at a point where he is hurting what they have on that roster around him. So whatever you think about Texas and how good that D-line is and how good the weapons are from what Sark always has in his receiver room and the running back room and how the offensive line is, none of that matters if you don't have a guy that can truly make it go. So I'm curious to see, Cato, when they go to the swamp, how conservative does Sark get with Arch Manning? Is it, hey, Arch, we don't want to put this game on you. We're going to run it, shoot 30, 40 times and just try to impose our will and wear down this Florida team and win a rock? Or is it a situation where it's no, dude, we need you to throw the ball for us, and it's kind of a moment of truth for all of us? It's jarring. It's very jarring because him being a minus was never something I had on my scorecard. Maybe being average, take some time, sure, but a minus? This team could miss the college football playoff, Cato, with their schedule. A&M looks good. Oklahoma looks good. They got to go to Florida, and Florida's going to be in desperation mode.
Got to play Georgia, yeah.
Play Georgia. It's not a layup, dude. It's not.
No, it's Steve Sarkisian's job between now and Florida to figure out how much he's going to put on his plate, because the 3-week sample size does not look good. I don't expect the 4th week to look – it could look astronomically better, but it's still – they got to get together and be like, hey, man, what are you comfortable with? He keeps saying, I know I'm better than this, and that's – We all agree, Arch. We know you're better than this too, but you're not playing better than this. And at a certain point, we got to get the ball out of your hands in the passing game and maybe lean more into the run game and become a run first, run heavy, nosebleed kind of operation. And we work off the play action pass maybe, and that's where we make our hay. That'd be very interesting to watch Arch get turned into pretty much like a uber talented system quarterback. But it's about wins and losses, and I think they're definitely in that spot now where it's getting close to crunch time in this SEC schedule, and they've got to figure it out. He's got to figure it out.
If I can just say one more thing here, Kaiden, before we move on. When we saw the Ohio State game happen, I was like, okay, I know he can physically do some of the things that he's not doing. It looks like it's upstairs. The further we go into this Arch Manning experience, the tune is changing for me from I know he can do it. If it's upstairs, that's okay, to hey, if it's upstairs, if it's a neck up situation and we're just having trouble and we're playing tight, whatever, it's not getting easier going to Florida, Red River, the A&M. Like there's a Georgia, like a bunch of games where you're like, man, that game in Athens, if it's an upstairs thing right now for Arch Manning, I don't care if we can throw the ball a certain way in shorts and a T-shirt with no rush. It's becoming a mental game, and it's concerning for me as we get further and further into this because that should be fixed when you play the UTEP and the San Jose State.
Yeah, I know people are getting into his mechanics now, and he's just opening himself up to get completely dissected, kind of like we are now, and kind of how this fly is right now for me. But yeah, man, we'll see. Big one coming up in 2 weeks in the Swamp, but